You're making a concession to me. We're supposed to be on the same side, marketing to make this effective. So you think you're making concessions to me because you're going to allow this and you're not going to allow that? Then my brother, I don't need to be part of that energy because I'm working with you, not for you.
No.
You're not doing me a favor.
But
I'm not with none of that.
Yeah.
I'm not
so
with none of that kind of talk. I got mad love and respect for you just as a man, and I appreciate and respect your level of education and the respect you got about the hard work you put in to get that education. Take none of that from you. I just simply disagree with you on this matter, and I need to think if I'm willing to even be part of something like that, because I know we won't be moving as progressively or effectively or efficiently, you know, per the things that I'm interested in when I get involved with events. And it's not just about me, it's also about you. So there has to be a compromise. We meet together, or it just doesn't work out. And in either event, I'm comfortable with whatever.
Okay. So let me
else that I would debate on the same subject that's down with it. So it doesn't matter.
So let me outline the events. Let me outline the details of this conversation, right? We
never did a marketing strategy.
Okay.
We never sat down and talked about a marketing strategy. So when you tell me I'm creating something new, it's called marketing, and we never got to the conversation about marketing since we've been talking. So the fact that you're making it like I'm filibustering, I'm coming out of nowhere, and I'm spontaneously getting the drop on you, brother, we never even discussed how we would market the event.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to be so shocked about.
No. Okay. So let me detail this conversation. Now, we agreed on several conversations. In several conversations, we agreed that we are going to debate. Just hear me out. We agreed that we're going to debate on the historicity of Jesus. And the 3 points is going to be, did he live or is he a byproduct of mythological, basically mythology? We also agreed that we were going to, did Jesus live? Is there historical evidence for Jesus' existence? The other, is he a mythological copy? And then the third piece was, is Christianity good for Black people, so forth and so on. So we agreed on those particular topics, right? We set a tentative month for the debate. It was supposed to be in July, right? Now, I'm telling you that the only thing that has changed is the fact that we are in a pandemic and that we can move this thing online. You're telling me that in order to market it, you want to have a weigh-in. A weigh-in for you is essentially a pre-debate, because in order to get your audience involved, they need to see a debate before debate. I gave you a concession and said, I'm not going to do 2 debates. That's 2 debates, not 1. I said, I will do a sparring session with you, which sounds like this. Get a moderator and ask 2 or 3 questions so that each one of us have an opportunity to demonstrate proficiency in that particular area of the question. We are obviously going to disagree. That is a good way to demonstrate to the audience that we are both ready for this debate, that we're both sharp, we both are intellectual, we both know what we're talking about. You want to do rebuttals and rounds and all of that. I said, that's not a weigh-in, that's an actual fight. No boxer does a fight at the weigh-in. A weigh-in is a weigh-in for that reason. It gives people an opportunity to size them up, not hear them actually debate. Now, all of a sudden, you're talking about, oh, let me see if I'm going to do it. That sounds like a contingency. And like I said, a debate before a debate, if that's what your people need to see, then there's a problem with the people that you are marketing to. But my people want to see this debate. Thousands of people will show up, hands down, to see me destroy you in this debate, which I will, if you want to show up for September 26th. My people already know what's going to happen at the end of the debate. They just want to see it happen. So you're either down with it or not.
Polite, real quick. See, all he's concerned about is his people. He don't know what it takes for us to get our people involved.
Son Netter,
Our people need to see
Son Netter, if what it takes to get your people involved.
Hold on, brother. We didn't cut you. I didn't cut you. That's right. What I'm saying is, all you caring about is with your people. We want to get our people involved so that so the room could be even Steven.
So your people, Son Netter, need to see a debate before a debate? Is that what you're saying?
When you say a debate, we need to get our people involved.
I just asked you a question. Sonetta, I just asked you a question. Sonetta, I just asked you a question. Do your people need to see a debate before a debate in order for them to get interested in the original debate?
I'll let you finish all of that, Pastor. What we're saying is, what you're doing is trying to come in to change our culture. You see, we let that happen before with Jabari, and they did the same thing. They changed everything, and we allowed that.
No.
Nobody even knows about it.
Listen,
Right.
first of all,
Nobody cares about that, man.
Listen.
Don't even know about that debate. The only people know about it is the Christian pastors.
Well, guess what? Well, guess what? I'm a popular Christian pastor. What?
Every debate that we have had.
Polite. You are shook, my dude.
Listen, every debate that we have had, we always had weigh-in. Why are you trying to change?
Look, hold on, Sonetta. I just gave you a concession to say I will do a weigh-in, but the weigh-in must not be a debate. I don't do two debates. Okay. Well, guess what? Well, then you know what's wrong. Well, then you know what's wrong with your culture. Well, no, Sonetta, you know what's wrong with your culture? Your culture is anti-intellectual and pseudo-intellectual. They don't need to see two debates, and they don't need to see a debate to get interested in another debate. So if I believe, again, Sonetta, if I believe in a man that doesn't exist, then polite, then show up September 26th and let's see what's up.
Sonetta, did we once make any accusations or disrespect against his community or whole conference? No, not one time. Constantly saying something's wrong with our people, something's wrong with them if they don't like this, that, and the third. They're pseudo. But you know what? You and your feelings, Pastor, and I'm not going to chastise your community, but I'm not going to play that.
Because you can't chastise our community. And here's the thing that you did say. You said,
for me as an intellectual, that's beneath me.
Okay, so then are you showing up for the debate September 26th, yes or no?
You out of control. Hold on. What I'm saying is, one thing at a time, I don't gain nothing by disrespecting your people. All it does is make me look effeminate and out of control, because it wouldn't prove nothing if I disrespected your people.
So are you showing up for the debate, polite, on September 26th, yes or no?
We're not gonna play like we don't realize there's a disagreement here that's preventing us from moving forward.
No, it is. You created a contingency in the debate.
I got you. Brother, you wildin'. I never seen you like this. So let's give it a break and let's pick up the conversation.
Polite. Did you not throw out a contingency, yes or no?
What are you telling me right now, Pastor? Pastor, what are you telling me? I got to give you a definite answer for an event that has indefinite themes? Like, yo, come on, bro. If we don't have nothing conclusive that we can move off of to say, yo, we're going to definitely do this and we both confident. We're in circles.
You run around online all day.
Are you telling me I just need to sign off and do whatever
Polite.
you say I should do, even though I don't like it? What are you saying? I'm saying give me a little break so I can think about it, King. What else you want me to say? Yo, are you doing it or not? I don't know about doing it right now because I'm not in agreement with the way you want to market. So let me think about it. Now, you can't appreciate me saying, let me think about it.
So now you got to think about whether you want to do the debate. So now you got to think about whether you want to do the debate?
Yeah, I do thinking. That's what I do.
So you run around all day debating lightweights on YouTube and Facebook, but you're backing out of this debate? Okay. Okay. So you're backing out. So you're backing out.
Like, come on, bro, stop being disrespectful. I'm keeping my respect for you. Stop with the antics.
So you're backing out.
Bro, I'm not forcing your hand to do something you don't want to do. And you say, yo, I don't do this. And I attempt to convince you and I show you other alternative means that we can pull, and you still say, no, bro, that still seems like you're doing that. Then as a man, I respect your stance.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But he is.
Hold on, my brother, stop cutting me off, okay? As a man, I respect your stance, and I'm not even going to play games with you and say, so you're not going to show up even though, because I know you don't want to do something the way I want you to do it. So I can respect that as a man. Now, respect me as a man. If I'm telling you, I don't like it that way. If you still want to antagonize me, you're going to run, do that shit online. I'm not on the phone to be antagonized for you. You could go to your community, do your live stream, and you could talk that shit because that's your right. But when you're talking to me on the phone, I'm not going to play that game that if I don't do it the way you want me to do it, I'm not going to show up at the event. What is that? I make my own decisions for me. I'm my own boss. I work for myself. You don't tell me what to do. We find a compromise, and if it still ain't good enough, we go our separate ways, and we still maintain respect for each other.
Okay.
That's the way I know how to do this. Now, I don't got the degrees you got, but I know I'm making more sense on this phone because I don't want contention amongst you and me. I want to be able to talk to you tomorrow or next year or bump into the street and still, yo, what's up, Pastor Damion? That's still a bad pastor. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But man, you're still my brother. That's the energy I want to vibe with for the rest of my life. I don't want to not like you, my brother.
Okay, so can I say something now? So just to remind you, and like I said, if you bring that kind of logic to the debate on September 26th, you're going to get smashed in round one. Because hold on, here's what you
done debated about debating for so damn long. Why wouldn't you just do a damn debate? You're doing it.
I said.
For about 2 damn hours.
Okay. Are we doing the debate on September 26th? Yes or no?
I'm not doing nothing.
Okay. So watch this. So watch this. Here's what you said, Polight. Here's what you said. You said the whole thing was about marketing. I said I'm down with the marketing. Let's do the weigh-in. Okay, that's what the real deal is about because you're talking about numbers and analytics with your crowd. I said my crowd is fine. We're going to do our numbers. That's what it's really all about. Number two, I said it was a contingency. I will give you the contingency as long as you allow me a concession in it. I said I don't want to do a pre-debate. I will do what is essentially an academic warm-up. You don't want to do that. And so then what you said, you and Sonetta sat on the phone talking about, I'm shook. Now you want to accuse me of coming at you the wrong way when both of you, I'm not the dude that's shook. Did you not say I was shook, yes or no? And I'm the one, okay, and guess what? I'm the one trying to get you to debate on September 26th. So it sounds like to me, King, that you're the one shook because you now are the one backing out of the whole day on debate. You know what? Is this your king? Is this your king? Is this your king? Listen, send somebody, bro, send somebody from your community, that can debate me if you're not willing to do it. Send somebody from your community. You can probably ask another that. You ain't asking me that. My community is confident. And okay. I'm that one that's gonna do what I do. So you said your community is what? What did you say? What did you say about your community? Brother. No, I'm asking you. What? I didn't hear that part. What did you say about your community? Yeah, I had enough of the conversation. I want to maintain my respect for you, so I'm gonna get off because I'm getting a little flustered and I don't want to start saying negative things. So I'm gonna get off. Let's see if we can pick it up tomorrow. Top it tomorrow. Let's see if we can be where we need to be, and let me give it thought what you're talking about, and then come back and then I officially tell you if I'm dealing with it or not. And then we see if we can work it out again one more time, and if it don't work, no sweat. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You know what? Here's the funny thing. I don't know why it can't work. The things that you're talking about is about money. It's about money. We increasing our potential when we do it a certain way. Well, listen, I want to make money from the debate, but I thought the objective of the debate is the debate itself, not the finances. The finances is a byproduct of it. I'm going to get paid, and so are you. So, do you want to do the debate, yes or no? I don't do something large and then do something in a smaller fashion. I gotta maintain that same esteem. So that's why you were online with the other Christian guy for 2 hours. You find a small deer to debate instead of a buck. Did we charge for it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your willingness to do it shows that you pick. Okay, here's the thing, Doc. When I charge people to hear me speak, I gotta put more effort into the product. Here's the thing, man. Don't pick a small doe. Pick a buck. Pick a buck and debate and debate a buck. Don't debate a doe from our community. Debate me. I'm asking you for the debate on September 26th. I'm asking you for this debate. The money is going to be there.
Yeah, the money's going to be there. I hear all of that. But it's about how much people going to be there. It's about, because I don't play games. I wanted everything to be as great as it possibly can. I'm serious about
Polight, I have respect for you, but the stuff that you're saying right there, it just sounds like a cop-out.
I got you. You're talking to somebody that got a different level of experience and response from what I do. You can say that to these other guys out there because those other guys, like Divine Prospect and Lord Abba, they haven't been on the big stage to do what I do several times over to create a certain momentum. They haven't had the celebrities reach out because of they watch the videos and they like me amongst everybody else. You're talking to a different person. So I got a brand and I got different things going on. So when I approach things a certain way, that was my personal assistant that called me. I got a personal assistant running around handling business for me that I got going on. If I take any of my attention away from the things that I do day to day, separate from this.
So listen, Polight. Your attention. Listen. My schedule is twice as busy as your schedule. My schedule is twice as busy.
My brother, I'm not saying you're not busy. I'm saying the way I address me being busy may be different from you. But one thing I know, if you're dealing with these other guys, they don't got the same kind of concerns that I got. Because when I take my time away from something, I'm gonna literally take my attention away from books that I'm working on that needs to be written.
So Polight. It's September 26th is 4 months away.
Yo, listen, works everything I love. You can ask Sonnet on the phone right now. He wanted me to do some online debates and everything. And what I told Sai, I said, yo, bro, I got about 2 weeks because I'm handling my business and booking everything on. I can probably do that. I told him that. And I love the debates. I know I love the fucking debate. You know what Sai do sometimes? Yo, Polight, you scared, man. And we be laughing. But you actually scared. We be laughing when he tell me I'm scared.
But you came at me talking about I'm scared, but you're changing the debate. You're backing out. So explain to me. So explain to me how I'm scared if you're backing out of the debate.
Yo,
listen.
I'm fearing to get past, but now he created the contention about himself that I really need to. Because before I really just loved his genius. But now he created that energy that I need. So I'm definitely heavily.
So why don't you agree to September 26th and let's go? Why don't you? So why don't you agree to September 26th and let's go? And we can do a little weigh-in.
I don't have time to waste. And guess what? I do it for you live. I tell everybody he's fucking up the money with his mentality. Y'all can tell. Everyone know I'm about my fucking money. Everybody know that. I don't do it.
Okay. So
hold up. You know how much? Hold on, Pastor.
So this.
You know how much Jabari got off that debate, and I kept telling him, but he didn't listen to me. Jabari didn't come home with over $400, bro. That was a disaster.
Well, listen.
Jabari understands. He sees it because he went. The same pastors, Pastor Mason, and all of them, and my brothers over there, they talk the same stuff you're talking right now, brother. Come on, you already know.
So what was that about Pastor Mason? What was that about Pastor Mason?
No, I said, now listen, Pastor Mason, our brother, I'm saying they done talk the same talk that y'all was talking, and Jabari came home with $400, a grown man that had bills, they got to pay for his brownstone, they got to do all this stuff. He came home with $400 in his pocket.
Sa, let me ask you this question, Sa.
All of that time,
Sa, let me ask you this question. What does
Look, nobody in our community saw the video, saw the debate, don't even care about it to this day.
Sa.
They don't even make the top 5 debates on our list, brother.
Well, guess what? Well, listen. I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn your own logic on your own head. Number one, the Jabari banter.
Dude, I wish you would go live and let people hear you talking about this damn debate with us all this.
What did you just say?
I wish you would go live so everyone can hear.
You said hold on. You said you wish I would go live.
I wish you would go live with Sonnet and I on so we could discuss these matters so people would see it for what it is. Because you think you slick, but you're not. If people heard you,
listen.
Right now,
how am I slick when I am the one asking for the debate and I'm trying to nail down the date?
Yeah,
you came today.
If he was live and we had other people listening, they would be like, yo, man, he's full of shit.
Okay, so polite.
And we let you talk for 10 minutes straight about your concerns, and then they hear me talk about my concerns for 3 minutes. Yo, you get 10, I get 3, and we just ask the people what you think about this. They're going to say, man, what the hell is wrong, Pastor? Polite said the Christianity is the white man's religion. What's wrong with you, Pastor? Get up in there and do work since you got 30 years of study and all these different degrees, and you'll spin circles around me. What the hell are you scared of, man? Scared?
Scared? Hold on. Let me quote a Southern rapper. I ain't never scared. Hold on, bro. I ain't never scared. That's number one. Scared is backing out of the date that we set. You either gonna be there on September 26th or not.
It's not standing on your doctrine when someone comes and says, "I'm gonna say one of the boldest things that could ever be said," and I'm the guy that you guys want to take down. So let's really get it in.
Okay.
You want to address the elephant in the room. So, in the conscious community, you want to take me down and make me look like a fool because then by default, you don't really got to deal with everybody else. It's a fact. So if I say the boldest statement,
there you go.
And the most antagonistic statement we could say probably to a black
and you know what?
Is that Christianity is a white man's concoction.
And you know what? So then show up to debate that. Don't sit here on the phone and jaw jack. Show up at the debate and debate that. Defend the view. But here's the thing that I know about you, Polite, which is why you would get whipped in the opening round. You never defend a point. You only push against other points.
When I let you come up with all the questions to ask me, and I was
No. You didn't let me come up with nothing. We agreed on those.
I didn't say coming to the National Black Theater. I didn't say coming to Alhambra. I said, yo, bro, you could come up with these questions, and I'll sign off on these shits, and I'm going to come to the church in your home ground. So come on, bro. I want all the smoke. I did enough. So you talking about you making concessions? I'm over here like, I'm going to come into your church. Yo, Pastor, when I come up with an idea, you said, no. I said, you know what? You come up with it, and then I just look at it, and then I review it. And, yo, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Oh, okay. So you want to talk about the concessions that we agreed on earlier?
To the church. Your home, and I'm going to your home territory, your home ground, your home court.
Hold on. Well, here's the thing. Polite.
Look at those questions. Hold on, real quick. Look at those questions. Those questions is coming from a Christian that feels they have the answer to it. In fact, a Christian apologist. We don't got no comedic questions in there where I'm a style on niggas. No, there ain't no comedic nothing in there. There's no Egyptian, nothing. There's no ancient African, anything. That's all Christian based. So how the hell could I be scared when I got nothing but Christian questions coming at me? That should be a walk in the park for you because you're the Christian. I'm not the Christian. So
man, listen. Logic.
Logic. I don't know how much you crushing
logic.
But bro, there ain't no Afrocentric questions in there.
Hold on.
So
listen. It doesn't need to be an Afrocentric question. Listen, hold on, dude. Listen to yourself. I came to you I came to you straight up and told you I wanted to debate you. I told you straight up that I want to debate you over claims. Hold on. Over claims that you have made that Jesus did not exist. Hold on. The claim was that you made Jesus did not exist. So I told you, let's debate so that you can prove that he didn't and I can prove that he did. So there don't need to be an Afrocentric question. The questions are universal.
I didn't say it needs to be. I'm saying that the questions, when I did debate, there was things that
listen,
I stand on and things
Polite. We
sat
down for several hours.
This debate is one-sided, and I don't mind. I don't care. But what I'm saying is, you ain't exactly got to dig into anything that I'm invested in.
We're not. Listen. Number one, bro. We are not having one of those sitting on Sonetta couches. We're not having no bodega debate. It's about one subject, not about 15. I'm not a black Hebrew Israelite. I'm not on no street corner. We debate one subject with subtopics to it.
I'm gonna call you on the other line. Pastor, I got to get off and finish some stuff with Brother Sonetta.
So you're going to debate September 26th, yes or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna call you. I already gave you that answer several times over.
Yes or no?
Indecisive, I gotta reconsider what you're talking about. If it's no, then it's no. Then you move on.
Okay. So I'll just tell my people the answer is no because Polite is scared. I'm just gonna say you scared.
Yeah, I know. Yo, let me tell you something. When we do debates, this is. I'm gonna show you the little bitchy shit that people do, Pastor. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. When we do these debates and everybody agrees to everything, and Sonetta confirm what they always do when I start kicking their ass. Yo, y'all didn't tell me this. Yo,
bro,
yo, hold on. They do all this bullshit every time.
I'm not trying to hear none of that because I'm not whoever you.
Know what was going on.
Dude, those bodega debates that you have.
When you see, I start ragdolling your ass. When you see I start ragdolling your Christian ass, you're gonna do the same thing and cry to the people and say, Sonetta not trick you. I can tell. I see it in it.
Oh, so now you're attempting to say that I'm scared, but you won't agree to agree on the debate.
You're gonna cry and complain.
Okay.
I know it. I've seen it.
Okay.
I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years.
No. You haven't been doing it for you haven't been doing it for no years. You've been on street corners talking to street dudes for years. You ain't never dealt with somebody like me, and you don't want to see me. Dude, polite. You don't want to see me. You don't want to see me, and your community knows that you don't want to see me. Your community is already saying on various forums that you don't want to see me. Because no. Oh, they do know me. Okay, so guess what? Go on YouTube where it's being discussed, and you know what you want. You want to know what your community is saying. This topic is low-hanging fruit because nobody, not even atheists, would argue against Jesus's existence. So they're saying it's a slam dunk win for Richardson because this is a low-hanging fruit discussion. So your own community has already paved the road for your failure. Your own community knows that you're going to get suplexed. Your own community knows that you're going to get slam dunked. Dude, if it's not a slam dunk, show up September 26th and show your community what's up. If it's not a slam dunk, show up September 26th and show your community what you can do. But I tell you this, the Christian community will show up to watch what they already know is going to happen. Oh, I'm shook. I'm shook, but you're backing out of the debate. Listen, bro, this discussion is already viral.
If you open for a phone call tomorrow, I'd be more than glad to build with you.
If you're not talking September 26th or a concrete date,
because things are going on with it that I don't like, so I don't get involved with business that I don't like, and that's respectable.
Business.
I'm going to ask you to continue on the debate on the pretense that you don't like.
Listen, you don't have to do it. I just tell my people you're scared. That's all. But if tomorrow you're not talking dates, okay.
Talk to you later, my brother.
All right. So there you have it. There you have it. I called Polite. Polite called me rather. After me trying to nail him down for over 1 month with text messages. Let's talk about the date of the debate. He finally calls me with Sonetta on the phone. And he tells me, well, we like to do this thing called a weigh-in because we want to market this thing right. I got years of analytics to show that when we do it this way, then the people are going to show up and they're going to support. So I said, well, what people are you talking about? Because every single day somebody is asking me, when is this debate going to take place? I want to set, let's not talk about a weigh-in, let's talk about the debate. It's a pandemic, so it goes without saying it's not going to be in Brooklyn anymore. Let's do it online. Let's make sure that we actually have the debate, and actually we'll get more people out because we don't have to depend on people traveling to the debate or whoever's there in New York. I already got people in New York who would be there. I got people, again, folks from Boston, folks from Philly, folks from Baltimore had already said, even Virginia will drive there. That all changed. So it only makes sense to do it online. Well, guess what? Everybody from everywhere is going to be online watching this debate. So he said, well, let's do a weigh-in. I said, well, what is a weigh-in? Break that down for me so I can understand what a weigh-in. Well, it's a marketing thing. I said, okay, I'm all good with marketing. Let's market the debate. I said, but every time I put out a post talking about the debate, it gets shared 200-300 times because folks want to see it. I said, I don't know what's wrong with your people, but people on my side, they want to see this debate. So, oh, well, weigh in. Here's what we do. We give them a little bloodshed. We give them a little tension. And we essentially go back and forth. I said, oh, so you're asking to do a debate before the debate in order to get people interested in the debate. I said, that's illogical. And if you use that kind of logic when you argue, I'm going to smash you round one. And I'm not going to play no games with you because that's ridiculous logic. In order to get somebody interested in one debate, you're going to actually do a first debate just to get them interested in the second one? I'm like, no. We'll do a weigh-in. We'll do a discussion. We'll do a discussion where there's a moderator that asks us different questions. He wanted to talk about his Christianity, the white man's religion. I said, fine. Let's talk about that. How about Sonetter or whoever asks 2 or 3 questions? We'll answer it and we'll demonstrate for your listening audience because you think that. So Sonetter says, oh man, well, they're going to say, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, well, if anybody in your side of the thing can listen to me for 1 minute and think I don't know what I'm talking about, then you got a whole bunch of loonies on your side because anybody listening to me for 30 minutes knows I know what I'm talking about. And so if you can ask me 2 or 3 questions and I can't articulate with facts, historical facts, and they can't walk away saying, oh, this man's ready. This man can either beat Polight or he's ready to debate Polight. If they can't draw that conclusion by hearing me, then I don't know what else your people need to see. But you're not going to corner me into doing 2 debates when we agreed on 1. And I said, and then you don't even want to talk about a date. You want to talk about, let's keep it tentative. So then they started talking about, oh, Pastor, sound like you shook. I said, shook? You're the one throwing out a contingency. You're the one backing out of a set date. We came up with a September 26th date. Then he just backed out of it talking about, let me think about it. These people are absolute clowns, trying to use every excuse. Here's the problem with Polight. Polight is already seen. They're talking about send us some videos. I said, I don't need to send you nothing. Go to Urban Logia on YouTube. You've seen it already. You know who you're dealing with. In fact, you were the one going on different videos talking about, I've got all this respect for Damion Richardson, and I've never debated somebody like him. This is going to be my most difficult debate ever. Where'd you get that information from? Obviously, you saw me talk. You know who you're dealing with. You don't want to get embarrassed. Like I told him, I said, I will embarrass you. I will embarrass you. With all the all of the courtesies and the cordialness and the amicability aside, when I come to debate you, I'm going to destroy your position. Hands down. I'm not coming to play games with you. You either want to debate or you don't. And so now him and Sonetter then teamed up and they ducking out. And then they want to try and play head games. I'm like, you can't play psychology with me. I got over 30 years in this thing. You a newcomer. You an upstart. I was debating when you were still in elementary school. I'm not your age. We're not peers. You don't understand who you're talking to. So these guys, I just wanted to throw that out there so you guys can hear that when I say he's backing out of the debate, that you guys know, because you heard him backing out of the debate, so that it's not just me saying it. It's him, right? So anybody want to know, is this debate going on? The answer is no, because Brother Polight is scared. End of the story. He's scared. He's afraid to debate. So he wants to try and create some pre-debate in order to get some marketing numbers up. I said, I ain't worrying about numbers. Man, untold numbers of people are going to show up to watch what they know is going to happen when I debate you. They already interested. I said, dude, I said, by round one, you will be regretting that you ever came out of retirement, so to speak. You said you were in retirement and you're coming out of retirement to debate me. I said, I think you're already having second thoughts about doing that. So I'm a little amped up. I'm a little amped up because we've been going back and forth. So I said, you know what? Let me go live with this so you guys can hear the kind of games that they play in this community. He wants to have a conversation tomorrow. If it ain't about September 26th, then it's nothing to talk about. Let's set a date for the debate and let's do it. Then he wanted to, not only did he want to throw the pre-debate contingency out there, then he wanted to change the Lincoln Douglas rules and then start saying, coming up with new topics. These topics that we came up with, I was sitting in one of my favorite places, Dunkin' Donuts, for about 2.5 hours, sketching out with him, with his consent, approval, and weigh-in on what the topics of the debate, the subtopic of the debate was going to be about. Now he's trying to say, and I'm glad I went live, that I was the one that came up with everything. It was all me. And I'm slanting the debate to, see, that's what you call scared. That's what you call afraid. And so I said, man, we agreed on everything. And now all of a sudden, you don't know whether you really want to do it because it's about marketing numbers, i.e. money. Oh, it ain't about money. I said, well, yes, it is. Because I'm going to get paid. And you're going to get paid. But then you want to try and make it seem like unless we market it exactly the way you want to do it, which is essentially 2 debates. So what he wants to do is he knows that, see, here's what somebody did. Somebody finally got through to Polight, because he obviously doesn't have a whole lot of good sense if he thought he was going to win a debate arguing the position that there is no evidence, historical evidence that supports Jesus's existence. And I begged him, I said, are you sure you want to take that stance? I said, now I know I heard you say that on multiple videos. Do you actually mean that? Yes or no? He said, yes. He said, I'm willing to debate that. I said, okay. I said, this is unheard of. Alfredo, BK apologist, he can tell you. He said, man, you sure he said that? I said, absolutely. No atheist will debate that position. So somebody finally done told him, you're going to lose from jump debating a position that's indefensible. So now he wants to try to come back and change the whole setup. He wants it to not be Lincoln Douglas, which there are specific rules and times to that debate. He doesn't want to do that anymore. What he wants to do now is have one of them sitting on Sonetta's couch, bodega style debate where they're just arguing over each other. See, the reason he wants to do that is because, like I said, Polight has never been in a position where he has to defend a position. He's always attacking one. And he knows that his position is indefensible. I will whip this dude all up and down the street. And everybody knows that. The only people who don't seem to know it are people who watch people get the brakes beat off of them and still say that person won. That's the kind of people in the woke community. They watch people like Jabari and these people get the brakes beat off of them intellectually, and then they still say that they won. Because they suffer from the most severest case of cognitive dissonance. But he don't want to smoke, and he knows that he don't want to smoke. If he wanted to smoke, he would know that enough people are going to show up to watch. There are some people who think that he will win the debate. At the end of the debate, at the end of the day, here's the thing that it was for me. I knew I was going to win the debate before it even started. Number one, it's an indefensible position that he would be arguing from. Number two, He doesn't speak coherently. He uses words out of context that are not grammatically proportioned and constructed to what he's actually saying. And only people who don't know better are impressed by that. I'm not impressed by that. So when he comes to a real debate to prove, to defend actual positions, that kind of nonsense is not going to work with Damion Richardson. So he was going to lose one way or the other. The main thing for me was it was going to be an opportunity for me to present the gospel to his audience. Because since they're hung up with Jesus didn't exist, I can easily show that he did. And if I can work from his existence to the plausibility that he was actually who he said he was, then I can present the gospel. Polight is a joke, and so is Sonetter. And I'm going to share this on YouTube, and you can share it and put it out there. And I hope he comes back, because you heard me telling him to his face that he was shook. Cue the Mobb Deep theme music, Shook Ones, because that dude was shook. So I wanted to put it out there so that y'all could hear it for yourselves. This community, that community is not woke. They're asleep. They're not even asleep. They're dead. They're unconscious. They're not conscious. They want to hold all the cards until you force them into an arena that they can't control the outcome. I don't need Sonetter to get involved with nothing. In fact, here's the real scoop. He originally said he didn't want Sonetter to be involved. Now, all of a sudden, Sonetter's on the phone. I'm like, dude, what are you on the phone? I said, sound like y'all trying to hustle me. You can't hustle me. Here's the thing. Y'all two are not the only two from New York. I'm from New York, too. You can't hustle me. You cannot hustle me. So that's how it's going down. And so forgive me for being out of character, but these guys really got me worked up. And yeah, I really need to simmer down here. But yeah, they got me all worked up. He called me after I've been begging to talk to him for over a month, texting him, let's talk today. Let's nail this debate down. So he knew he didn't want to do it. So he found a loophole in the discussion in order to back out, and then wanted to try and flip it on me to make it seem like I'm shook and I'm backing out, when I said I'll do the weigh-in. We're just not going to make the weigh-in a debate. We'll make it a discussion where we get fielded several questions. We'll answer them. You're obviously going to be answering differently from me. Your audience can hear you articulate your view. They'll hear me articulate my view, and they'll get a good sense of what's to come. If they need more than that, then what? I don't know what they're looking for. Maybe they're like the mob of Rome, looking for carnage and bloodshed. I'm not into all of that. I'm not into this, again, this street level. I'm not a 5%er. I'm not on some corner trying to build. This ain't today's mathematics. This is a real debate. You can either stand in this circle. So if you want to go there, you can either get in this cipher where we do a real debate with real rules with a real moderator, or then you don't stand in this cipher. You don't get in this circle. Ain't no such thing as a halfway crooks. End of the story. You scared to look, you shook. That's the real deal. I know the verses. So that's the problem with these guys. And then they want to try and flip it. Watch for the videos. Watch how they flip this thing. Watch the videos that come out. He don't even know I went live. He said, I hope you, man, I wish you would just go live on Sonetter's platform. I didn't even tell him. I done went live on my platform. See? So you already, see, that's the whole thing. That's why you can't debate with me. I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, my dude. I wish you would go live. I'm already live. People are already listening to you. So that's what you get. That's the real deal. So when anybody wants to know what happened with this debate, you can hear it right here for yourself. That Brother Polight was backing out because he doesn't think the the analytics is going to be right, i.e. the money. So he's backing out of the debate because of money. That's the issue. But it ain't really money, because he knows that he'll get paid. He knows that he'll get paid. What he's backing out for is because he's afraid. That's the real deal. And it don't matter where the debate is, whether it's in Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, Harlem, or online. The outcome is going to be the same. That's the real deal. And he already knows the outcome is going to be what the outcome is going to be. But they wanted to stand here in the secret and say, Damion Richardson is shook. And I said, how? When I'm the one asking for the debate and trying to nail down an exact date, and you're trying to keep this thing, you're trying to keep it tentative. Another word for we haven't come up with an actual date. I said, well, let's push it out to August or September. All right, September 26th. I said, well, there we go. So as soon as we nailed it down, then all of a sudden, let me think about it. I said, you've had months to think about this. And I said, and you were the one that wanted to come up with a contract so that if either one of us backed out, that we would pay royalties to the other. Now, all of a sudden, you backing out? Listen. He was and I brought up, I said, nah, I just seen you online with some other dude. Oh, we wasn't getting paid for it. I said, it doesn't matter. The point is, you didn't have to, there was no contingency on all of that. You jumped online and you grabbed the dude that you felt like you could handle. So what's the difference? I said, then I seen you debating the guy from the Nation of Islam. They're the easiest people. They're the easiest people. They're the easiest people to debate, because the Nation of Islam can't defend any claim that they make. It's like debating a Mormon. Nothing that they say is tied to any actual history. So that's why you don't hear people from the Nation of Islam really debating. So he grabbed a lightweight that he already knew he could win, because this guy can't back up. What is he going to say? This is what I heard from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's the source. That's the primary source. And then when you ask Elijah Muhammad, where'd you get that from? Master Far Muhammad told me. Some cat from the Middle East that showed up in Detroit in 1930. Where did he get it from? They can't prove anything that they claim. That's why they don't debate. You ever hear Farrakhan debate somebody? You'd lose respect for Farrakhan if you ever heard Farrakhan actually debate the claims that they make about Jesus, because you would actually hear how much of an intellectual lightweight he actually is. They've got indefensible claims, but Polight wants to be showing up all over social media debating these people, but scared to nail down the debate with me. So it ain't really about money. It's about fear. Somebody has finally talked some sense into this dude's head so that he realizes that you're going to be in serious trouble if you debate this guy, Damion Richardson. So I told him, I said, well, I don't know what to tell my people other than you scared. That's what I'm going to tell them. I'm going to go back to my page and say the debate is off because Brother Polight is afraid. Brother Polight is backing out. I said, you don't leave me any other recourse, because everything you came up with the way in, I said, let's do it. But let's do it this way. That's what you call a concession. That's not me saying that we won't do it. That's me essentially agreeing to what you want, but meet me halfway. A concession and a compromise is how we do that. He couldn't even do that. You know why? Because it's all or nothing for him. Because you know what they're trying to do? Here's the whole thing. So not only is Polight scared, but Sinetter feels like, well, if we can do some sort of mini discussion, there's a way to work money in it for me. That's what it's all about. These guys are hustlers. They just trying to hustle the wrong person. I'm not the guy to hustle. I'm not the dude to hustle. And that's how they think. They're just trying to hustle the wrong guy. I'm not with it. So that's what we have. That's what's really going on. I wanted to throw that out there live so everybody can hear it. I hope that you could hear them talking. I have no qualms about what I did. I didn't need their consent. You call me, and then you're trying to say things in private that you don't want people to hear in public. Now I'm going to put it out there. so that you don't go spin things on your page talking about Damion Richardson is scared. No, it ain't gonna work like that. So there you go. And you know, it's not even about winning for me. It's about the principle of it. My whole thing was to share the gospel. But don't come trying to insult my intelligence, talking about coming up with new contingencies, talking about the government changed everything. I said, well, it didn't change nothing. Where are we going to have the debate? It changed nothing about marketing or anything. What are you guys talking about? There's no changes here. I just don't appreciate people trying to hustle and being disingenuous. You know, don't insult my intelligence. Shoot straight, because I'm a straight shooter. Tell me what you're trying to say. At least be honest about it. Even if you got ulterior motives, be honest about your ulterior motives. And at least I know how to deal with you. But don't think you're going to pull wool over my eyes and I not see it. See, that's what they think about the Christian community anyway. They think that we're weak. You know, he's going to try and play me weak. Like we don't know what we're talking about. We're softies. You know, no. We that's the last. I don't know what brand of Christian they're used to dealing with, but no, it ain't nothing soft about Christians. Nothing soft. We got, not only do we have receipts, but we've got an apologia. We've got one. We understand how to defend the faith intelligently, historically, biblically, theologically. We know what we're talking about. And that's why you don't see all of the memes that they used to share 3, 4, 5 years ago. Facebook was overrun with historically revisionistic memes. You don't want to know why they slowed down on that? They only put them in groups now. You want to know why? Because they know that the average Christian on Facebook will stomp the daylights out of that meme with an apologetic, because enough apologetics has been going on via the urban apologetics community to equip the community of people that listen to us and hear us to know how to deal with those kind of contentions. So what did they do? They slowed down on it and they put them in private groups, because they know if they put it out public where it's attached to their name, it will get laughed to smithereens. That's why. So the reality is that the only people who have an agenda in keeping people intellectually broke and filled with misinformation is the conscious community. They're the only people with an interest in doing that. And you know what they do? They profit from it. They profit from keeping people filled with misinformation. So they never really want people to debate that. Sonnetter, y'all heard him. Sonnetter said that the debate with Dr. Vince Bantu and Jabari never saw the light of day in the conscious community. That is an absolute lie. I don't care if Jabari got $400 or not. That's not my problem. And that has nothing to do with the debate between Polight and I. But I tell you this, it's an outright lie that debate did not see the light of day in the conscious community side. They saw that debate. They actually saw Jabari. They saw him get dusted round for round. What they think Dr. Vince Bantu was. They saw it. And so Polight is the only other dude in their community that they feel is holding it down, and you hear it, you hear it yourself. He doesn't even want to debate with somebody that he knows he think, first of all, he thinks he's my equal, right? That we're in the same weight class. The only class that we're in that's equal is most likely persona and charisma in terms of social media presence. That's the only thing that puts you in my category. But you're not in my same weight class. This is a heavyweight fighting a featherweight in reality. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'm just saying these things because I really hope that he hears it. That he was not allowing himself to become deceived and delusioned and to suffer from megalomania in terms of thinking that he's actually bigger intellectually than what he is. Polight is an actual lightweight. And the only people that think that this guy knows what he's talking about are other people who don't know what they are talking about. I mean, let's just put it out there. Let's just put it out there. So I done got all out of character. You know, this is not the Christian way to behave. That's right. Dr. Mason, urban apologetics literally shut down the whole meme game. And they know we did. It ain't nobody on this side that they can stand toe to toe with. They don't want to see smoke with Adam Coleman. They don't want to see smoke with Jerome Gay. They don't want to see smoke with Dr. Eric Mason. They don't want to see smoke with Alfredo Valentin. They don't want to see smoke with Mike Piera, faithful. They don't want to see smoke with vocab. They don't want to see smoke with none of us, because they know that we're able to intellectually and biblically and theologically stand our grounds. So they go find people that they can handle and then use that to misrepresent Christianity. And so I got a good brother. I got a good brother on here that's watching. I won't call his name, but you guys know him. You see him on. He called Polight one day, just trying to have some dialogue and some debate. Polight secretly started recording it, not even debate, just a discussion. He wanted to get to know the guy and wanted to just share some things with him. Polight started recording it, turned it into a debate that he didn't know about, put it out on social media, and talked about how he crushed a Dominican Jew. Literally, disingenuously put it out there that he crushed a Dominican Jew. But the guy wasn't even calling to debate. He just tried to have a discussion, wanted to hear Polight out, wanted to say some things, and just have a discussion. Well, Polight recorded it, made it sound like they were debating, and then put it out there that he actually, that's the kind of underhanded stuff that we're dealing with. But he knows that he can't get away with that from anybody in our community. I can go on naming name after name after name after name. And so Polight can't handle anybody over here in the urban apologetics community. Nobody. There's not a single person in this community that identifies with this movement that Polight is ready to debate. The only reason why I was the one that called him out. You see me online. I put up a post. I said, somebody tell Polight I want to debate him on the historicity of Jesus. And the winner, and I was being facetious, the winner will have to get off social media. And I was just joking about it. I was just joking about it. But somebody actually called Polight and made it happen. Made it actually happen.